your mind.
Okay, so once you've reached row 15, we're going to move on to row 16. So chain 1, and we're going to start the process of decreasing, which is kind of just going to be the reverse of what we did up here. Alright, so to start we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in the next 2 stitches we're going to decrease 1. So to decrease a single crochet, you're going to insert your hook into the stitch as normal, yarn over and pull through, and instead of finishing the stitch by pulling the yarn over and pulling through both loops in the hook, we're going to instead act like we're starting another single crochet and insert our hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and now you should have 3 loops on the hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and that's 1 decreased single crochet. So we're going to repeat that 6 more times, and it's going to decrease this from 49 to 42. So it should have a total of 42 stitches in this row. Okay, so once you finish that row, you're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the row to pull it all together as usual. And that was row 16. So for row 17, we're going to chain 1, and we're just going to continue decreasing. So for this row, we're going to decrease to a total of 35 stitches. And to do that, we're going to start with the decrease this time. So insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all 3 stitches on the hook. And then we're going to do a single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so once you've got to the end of that row, slip stitch into the first stitch and pull it together, and then now we can start on row 18. So chain 1, and then single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then decrease into the next 2. And then you're going to do that 6 more times, well, a total of 7 times, to have a total of 28 stitches. Right, so when you get to the end of the row, slip stitch into the first stitch of the row to pull it together as usual. So now for row 19, we're going to chain 1, decrease in the first 2 stitches. I'll decrease using the first 2 stitches, then single crochet in the next 2 stitches. We're going to do that for a total of 7 times for a total of 21 stitches. And then as usual, when you get to the end of the row, slip stitch in the first stitch of the row to end it. It's at this point you're going to want to start stuffing your soil. So take whatever stuffing material you want to use. And start sticking it in there. Now you want to spread it evenly so it doesn't get super lumpy. You also don't want to stuff it too much. Because then the stuffing will show out through your stitches here. So you want to stuff it just enough that it fills out getting hair everywhere. Ugh, get out of here. Yeah, so you want to stuff it just enough that it fills out any indents. And is a bit springy. I think that might be enough for me. I could use a little bit more. So. There. Boop. Okay then. So once you've stuffed your soil, you're going to want to continue on with the 20th row. So we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to decrease in the next stitch. Or the next 2 stitches. And we're going to do that a total of 7 times for a total of 14 stitches. And then as usual, we're going to slip stitch in the first stitch around, or slip stitch in the first stitch of the round to complete the row. Now also, if you've stuffed it too much, you won't be able to decrease very well because the stuffing will be coming out as you're trying to decrease this. Anyway, so for the last row, we're just going to decrease 7 times for a total of 7 stitches. So chain 1, insert your hook. Well, chain 1 and then decrease with the next stitch over 2 stitches, and then just repeat it. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Find the first stitch in the row, slip stitch it together to complete the row. It's a little more tricky now that we've got this into a stuffed ball. Okay. Now, going to want to break off, but leave a little bit of a tail, because what we're going to do is we're going to use that to close up this hole here. So cut about 6 inches. Pull that through. We're going to take our tapestry needle and then we're just going to kind of weave it in and out of the stitches. And pull tightly. And it closes it up very nicely. So then insert it into the next stitch here. Pull through that, and then we're going to make a knot to seal that up. Just insert your needle anywhere really to kind of pull the tail inwards, and then you can just snip that right off, and now you've got your ball of soil. Okay, so it should fit nicely into your pot. Mine's a little snug, but that'll be good because then it'll keep the cactoid from flying out really easily. There we go. Ta-da!